What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up, because we've got breaking news that could completely reshape the identity of the Dallas Cowboys and shake the foundations of not only the NFC East, but the entire NFL. Reports are swirling and gaining traction that Robert Saleh, yes, the same Robert Saleh, who made a name for himself by orchestrating one of the most dominant defenses with the San Francisco 49ers, and most recently served as the head coach of the New York Jets, has been hired as the next defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just a coaching shuffle. This is a potential culture-altering, scheme-shifting, fire-breathing move that could reignite the Dallas defense and bring the kind of edge, passion, and toughness that fans have been begging for. Now, before we get deep into what this could mean for the Cowboys, let's talk about the magnitude of this move and why the name Robert Saleh matters so much. This is a guy known for his intensity, his strategic brilliance, and his ability to connect with players on a deeply personal level. We're talking about a coach who turned the 49ers defense into an absolute nightmare for opposing offenses, a guy who built a reputation as one of the most respected defensive minds in football, someone who doesn't just run schemes, he builds mentalities. He brings an identity. His defenses hit hard, fly to the ball, and play with discipline and fury. If you remember that 2019 49ers Super Bowl run, that front seven was a terror, and Saleh was the architect. He's not just about X's and O's, he's about igniting a defense emotionally and tactically. Now imagine injecting that exact DNA into a Dallas Cowboys team that, let's be honest, has been wildly inconsistent on defense. They've had flashes of greatness, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence and company, but what they've lacked is consistency, physicality, and a system that elevates everyone, from the first man to the last. And here comes Saleh, potentially stepping into the building with that infectious energy, that unmistakable presence, ready to flip the switch. This is a guy who stands on the sideline like a field general. He's not just barking orders, he's leading with raw emotion, a clear vision, and total control. Now, let's get into what this means for the Cowboys in real football terms. First of all, Saleh's arrival would signal a move toward a more aggressive, multiple front defense. He's not married to one single look. He's flexible, adaptable, and loves to disguise coverages and confuse quarterbacks. His philosophy is rooted in fast, violent play, built around attacking the ball and dominating the line of scrimmage. That bodes incredibly well for someone like Micah Parsons, who could be turned loose in even more creative ways. Imagine Parsons lining up all over the field, like a heat-seeking missile unleashed from unpredictable spots, with Saleh drawing up stunts, blitzes, and pressure packages that maximize his versatility. Saleh loves front seven dominance. It's the engine of his scheme. Now, combine that with the athleticism of Parsons, the power of DeMarcus Lawrence, and the young interior pieces like Osa Odigizua and Mazi Smith. With the right development and direction, this could become one of the most disruptive fronts in the NFC. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the secondary. Saleh comes from a background that emphasizes disciplined zone coverage and calculated man concepts. His defenses are never passive. Even when they're in zone, it's tight, smart, and opportunistic. That's a system that could benefit someone like Trayvon Diggs, who thrives when he can bait quarterbacks and jump routes. It's also a scheme that could develop younger players like Darren Bland, and even revitalize veterans who've struggled with inconsistency. And don't forget the linebackers, an often overlooked but essential component of Saleh's scheme. He demands fast, instinctive linebackers who can cover ground sideline to sideline, shed blocks, and make tackles in space. Dallas has lacked that edge in the second level at times, and this is where player development and maybe even new acquisitions come into play. Saleh has a reputation for maximizing talent. He made average linebackers look like pro bowlers in San Francisco by putting them in the right position and emphasizing fundamentals. Now, beyond the X's and O's, let's get into the bigger picture, the cultural impact. Hiring Robert Saleh isn't just about upgrading your defense. It's a statement. It tells your locker room, your fan base, your division rivals, and the rest of the league that you're done messing around with mediocrity on that side of the ball. It tells the offense that they no longer have to carry the entire weight. It tells every defensive player on the roster that accountability is coming, intensity is coming, a new voice is coming, one that won't settle for missed assignments or half-speed effort. And it also means expectations skyrocket. Saleh doesn't come in to babysit a defense. He comes to challenge it, rebuild it, and elevate it. Now, let's be real, this move also comes with risk. Saleh is coming off a difficult tenure as a head coach with the Jets. While his defenses remained solid, the team overall struggled due to quarterback issues and offensive dysfunction. So the question will be, can he thrive by going back to his roots as a coordinator, focusing solely on defense again, without the pressure of being the head guy? My guess? Absolutely. History has shown that some of the league's best minds, think Wade Phillips, think Dan Quinn, are far more effective and impactful as coordinators than as head coaches. Saleh could easily fall into that category and flourish in a role where he's focused, unburdened, and empowered. And if the Cowboys give him full control over the defense, allow him to bring in his guys, install his staff, and build his identity, there's no reason to believe he can't turn this unit into a top 5 defense. Now I want you to think about the timing of all of this. The Cowboys have had major question marks surrounding their coaching staff following a series of postseason disappointments. The window for this team is now. Dak Prescott is still in his prime. CeeDee Lamb is an elite roan. You've got a handful of cornerstone players locked in. This team can't afford to sit around and wait for the defense to develop. They need a leader who can bring instant credibility and results. Saleh fits that bill. He walks in the door and commands respect from players, staff, and opponents. And let's not ignore the recruitment power. Defensive players around the league respect Saleh. If you're trying to lure top free agents, whether it's a shutdown corner, a veteran linebacker, or a pass-rushing specialist, having Saleh on staff gives you a serious edge. His reputation precedes him, and players want to play in aggressive, modern, competitive schemes. Now the big question, is this too good to be true? Some fans are going to say, this is just smoke, that Saleh wouldn't leave other opportunities or step down from a head coaching role to become a DC again. But consider this. Sometimes the best move for a coach's long-term legacy is to go back to what they do best. Saleh loves defense. He loves being hands-on. If things didn't go how he wanted as a head coach, this could be the reset button he needs. In Dallas, under the national spotlight, with elite talent and a chance to win now, it might be the perfect storm. And let's not forget, this is the Cowboys. No franchise draws more attention, more scrutiny, or more drama. A bold move like this is exactly the kind of headline Jerry Jones has never shied away from. If there's mutual interest, and if Saleh wants to prove he's still one of the best defensive minds in football, then joining Dallas could be his golden opportunity. Now, I know fans are going to be split on this. Some will say we should have gone younger or hired someone internally. Others will raise concerns about fit, ego, or whether this disrupts the locker room. But at the end of the day, the results will speak for themselves. If Saleh comes in and turns this defense into a disciplined, violent, attacking unit that wins games instead of losing them, every doubt, every question, every what-if will vanish. This is a franchise desperate to take that next step. The pieces are there. The talent is there. What's been missing is that edge, that structure, that commanding defensive voice who can transform promise into dominance. If Robert Saleh is truly coming to Dallas as the next defensive coordinator, then the message is clear. The Cowboys are done playing soft. They're ready to bully teams on defense. They're ready to win in the trenches. They're ready to unleash chaos. And most importantly, they're ready to win when it matters most. So what do you think, Cowboys fans? Is Robert Saleh the missing piece to this puzzle, or is this just another big name that won't translate into results? I want to hear from you down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, your expectations, and how you think this defense might look under his leadership. And of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more in-depth Cowboys content, and turn on those notifications so you never miss breaking news like this. We're tracking every twist and turn in this coaching saga, so stay tuned, because if Saleh really is the guy, then Cowboys Nation, the next chapter just got a whole lot more exciting.